So, I'm in one of my X-Men groups. Yes, I'm still in X-Men groups. I realize the channel is no longer keeping up with the X-Men, and I don't even make an appearance on the actual channel, or I don't even make an appearance on the Facebook group page that I run, Keeping Up with the X-Men. It's too much drama in the X-Men stuff. Constantly people complaining about the good old days and then complaining about the new stuff, and the drama was too much for me. And I had to back myself away. I just had very little interest. But I'm still in a couple of the groups, and I keep tabs on what's going on. And I like to just see the X-Men love. I do, because where I came from in X-Men is still something that I treasure very much, and I still love a lot of the original stuff. And that's not going to change. The X-Men were a huge group for me. That's the reason they got themselves a shelf. Right there. You see it? Right there's the shelf. It's right there. Anyways, I mean, shit, I wear X-Men shirts. I do. I love X-Men. I love Wolverine. I love these. I always have. I probably more than likely always will. And just because I might not care for the new stuff that's coming out right now doesn't mean there's not an entire legacy of shit for me to enjoy. But I come across this post about Margot Robbie and how she could play Mystique. Sure, she could. I'm not really saying anything about that post in general. She could. I don't see that any reason that she couldn't. But as soon as I seen it, I saw these comments come up. And I knew they were coming up. These, oh, well, maybe if she's allowed to use clothes, or, maybe if she's allowed to wear clothes, hope she's not a nudist, maybe she put some clothes on. Guys, are you that prude? Are you that prude? Does the female body bother you so much? Like, does it? Are you really that worried? Guys, I thought the Mystique makeup, personally, in Foxman was brilliant. I do. I think she was eerily cool. There was something sexy and threatening and magic about her. Like, literally. That was an amazing makeup job, and quite frankly, it made sense. For the first time in a long time, it made sense. Because, see, Mystique, and I actually did a video about this before, which I guess I'll tag below, called She's So Naked, I believe. She's naked. Mystique is naked all the time. This is just the first movie to be accurate. Like, it's funny that people are like, well, it's not really comic accurate that, she walked around naked. Actually, it is. It's more comic accurate than anything we may have ever seen, because if she's wearing a shirt, she can't change that shirt. She can't. That doesn't make sense. The only way it makes sense, is if she is naked already. That's it. I'm sorry. I will defend the Fox choice to do the makeup the way they did, where she has like the scales and then they do that kind of flip thing and they change her form to look like something else. Brilliant. First off, that effect is amazing. Her design is unforgettable. It is really, really cool. And it makes a ridiculous amount of sense. She's not actually wearing a jacket or a jumpsuit or a crazy long dress thing. She's not. She is naked. And when she chooses to be herself, she's literally taking her pride to the very, very end of the extreme. The very top of the extreme. Mutant and proud. Look, guys. Mutant and proud. This shirt Be proud of who you are. Be proud of what you are. Be proud of what you can accomplish. Be proud of what you can do. Be proud of the kind of culture that you are accepting. Be yourself all the time. Be who you are, and don't allow somebody to take it away from you. And the reason is because chances are you're only here once. And if you're only here once, you better fucking live it. And it better be something you wanted to live. And guys, that's what she's doing. The very idea that she could be anything she wants to be, and yet chooses to be exactly what she is, and she doesn't want to give up the powers that she has. She sees those powers as a gift, as a part of who she is, and as part of her belief, mutant and proud. This is why she chooses to be naked. You can't see anything. Shit, I've seen more in anime, in normal anime, than I did even when she was in full screen view. You don't see anything. That's not the issue that people seem to take precedence with. People seem to want that white dress thing, and while it would have been cool for her to form it once or twice, for whatever reason, I don't know, because in all honesty, if she'd have walked around like that, I'd have asked more questions. She could probably pass at a convention walking down the halls and nobody would ask a question, but she puts that weird witch dress on and maybe somebody would be like, so like, what are you? Not that people don't ask questions when she shows up looking like that, but look, I loved that look. I did, and I will not apologize for it. I won't. I liked it. I thought it made a hell of a lot of sense. She is naked. That is literally how her power works. And going back to what I was saying before, guys, if she says, when Nightcrawler says, so it's true that you can copy anyone, even their voice, and she says, even their voice, in his voice, and he's like, oh shit. And he says, so like, why not just stay in disguise all the time? And her answer is exactly why she looks the way she does. Because we shouldn't have to. Yeah. She's right. She shouldn't have to. And that's not me telling you that if you're just a person that you should just run around and be naked all the time or whatever. That's up to you, I guess. If you're nudist, be a nudist. But like that is part of her entire argument. She's proud of her power. She will use it. And if she needs quick access to that power, well then, quite frankly, she's naked. Because if she has to take a bunch of clothes off and then turn into something, and then find clothes to put, it's not practical. The X-Men movie actually got her power set and her design more correct than the comics pretty much ever have. In all honesty, Mystique is always naked. Always. And this design, I'm sorry, I'm behind it 100%. If you're not, you're entitled to whatever opinion you have, but I thought Mystique was wonderfully designed in the X-Men movies, and I thought she was easily one of the best designs in those X-Men movies. I thought she looked better and more on point than most any single cast member that was in the first couple movies. I thought Magneto looked fine, but I thought he could have used some color, in all honesty. They could have played off the red-purple design, and they never touched it. Really, not really. And I also think that Xavier was great, but let's also be honest, just like when I talk about it in the Sentai review, that's a dude in a suit. Wasn't exactly hard to hit that aesthetic. But like, we never saw Wolverine looking the way Wolverine did. We never saw Jean Grey looking like Jean Grey. Not a single costume. They had a lot to choose from. We never saw Rogue look like Rogue. We never saw anybody look like anybody. They were all just like leather-clad people. So if you want to attack a design, attack those costumes. Because until First Class, they really never looked like X-Men. She's the only thing that looked designed to me. And let's not even get into what the shit they did to Sabretooth in that movie. So, I'm sorry. I defend this. Mystique should be naked. This was amazing makeup. And even if they want to walk away from it and kind of play different angles and do some different makeup and test something else, test something different out in the next run, that's fine. And I'm completely behind that decision too, because we need to see different takes on these kinds of things. Sometimes these takes won't work out. And that's why the Sentai Review constantly talks about costumes, because sometimes these costumes, they don't hit the ground running. Sometimes they hit the ground running and then they decide to shit all over themselves. So, I mean, look, guys, that is the way it is, and that's kind of what keeps the show going in the first place. So, you know what? Keep trying different costumes. But, yeah, I don't know. I'm for this. I never quite understood all the hate that this got. I still think it's a wonderful design even now. Oh, and as for if Margot Robbie could play her, I'm going to say that I don't see a reason that she couldn't. I don't see a reason that she could play it. I think she's a wonderful actress. I am going to say this, though. Margot Robbie should not be Mystique. Like, at all. Because Margot Robbie is too recognizable now, in my personal opinion, too recognizable now as Harley Quinn. And because of that, if you put her in something else, and I know this is true for a lot of actors and whatnot, and I'm not trying to typecast her, I'm saying in terms of superheroes, not that she can't go back to doing a bunch of dramatic movies and whatnot, but if she tries to hop to play another superhero, pretty much the only thing that people are going to do is compare her roles between that now, and they're going to say, well, she was really a better Harley Quinn, or it's just an argument that I don't even care to see. So she shouldn't. She really shouldn't. I mean, I guess to poke holes in my own opinion here, I have to say that the Human Torch made an absolutely amazing Captain America. So, I mean, there's that. So it's not like it's just my personal opinion that I don't want to see the argument. But if I have to step back and I have to fight with even myself, I guess to be fair, if Margot Robbie can pull it off, give it to her. Whatever. Anyways, I don't see this as a problem. I liked the Fox makeup. I did then. I do now. This is the first X-Men video we've had in a long time, isn't it? Later on.
I have spoken. Take what you will from it.